Thanks. Definitely worth listening to. Yeah, that's what it was, bro. But y'all can hear me, right? No? All right. Test the test. All right. Sorry about that. The sound gets messed up every once in a while. I have to do that every single time, just about. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the recording going, which it should be now. Yeah, it's good. And then some things I want to talk about today is like doing the opposite what the main, like I would say, like if you look online and you see what everyone else is doing, we need to be like avoiding whatever they're doing, because them dudes are losing most of the time. So we definitely don't want to be like doing the same thing they're doing. And I had quite a bit of time today driving to like listen to podcasts and stuff. And I was listening to Trader Tom. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the dude, but he's got some really good ideas, and the way he thinks, I really like it. He's very contrarian when it comes to like trading styles and stuff like that. So I really like that dude. Definitely some of the shit he said, I was like, damn, I never thought of it that way. So it's been a while since I listened to somebody that I really like. I was like, holy shit, like, yeah, he's got a good point there. Norwood, did you catch that move up? I saw your message. Was that before it popped or right after? What is this all about? I didn't get a chance to trade it all today. Okay, so it looks like, guys, like it did exactly what we talked about last night. It even went further. So the target last night was right here, right? So we ended the stream like right in here-ish, I think, right? With the idea that it would continue down to there. What a beautiful downtrend there. Jeez. Thing is gorgeous. Now it's in a trading range, I would say. Or possibly even like a deep channel here. It's a little iffy though, eh? You hesitated on it? What was up with that? Yeah, I heard him talking about Al Brooks. Yeah, I can see that the way he was talking about the bars on the candle, which is some cool stats there. And then there is a new Bullnox account, guys. It's 83% off. Use the code JKT83. I'll find it in a minute, but I have it screenshotted. Some of the stats he had for he's got a lot of stats on days of a week and stuff like that. Some I'm definitely interested in. Greeting from the islands. What islands? You on vacation, bro? What do you guys mean, the islands? Okay, let's see where this is. So the first thing I want to do first, guys, like this, I'm going to break it down, be a little bit more technical tonight. So if you guys came the week before, it's probably ready to get a little bit more technical with it and kind of like deepen your guys' understanding. So the first thing I'm going to do here is go to the hourly chart, and then I just purely want to look at structure. I don't want to look at balance areas or nothing yet. I want to take this off, and I just want to purely look at structure and see like is the trend bullish or bearish? Are we taking out strong highs or strong lows? Which one is it? So I'll start over here, and I always want to start with what we did in the past, like work through it. So we pushed up, we made that high, we tapped up into that area up there, and then since then we rejected it, came down. This is your strong high here, right? Or strong low. So I had to put a line on there. Okay, so we broke the strong low, closed below it, 2 of them. And then this is your strong high, right? So this right now tells me on the hourly time frame, we are bearish. Period. Like it may have popped up there really big, maybe a big move, but it doesn't matter to me until we get above there with a close above it. That's why market structure shifts, normal ones just don't work very well. So I'm just going to write 1 hour bearish. And then now I want to look for balance areas. Another thing I want to look at, is it stair stepping? Like, is there a high that in the past that it tapped into and rejected from? So right here, boom, rejected that high. So I would expect in most cases that this high will also be tested. So it's clear stair stepping down with breaks of strong lows. We're bearish as fuck. Oh, sick, bro. Hey, that's that trader money paying off. How long was the flight, man? What'd she say when you did that? That's so fun to do, dude. Oh, shit. Oh, you're in Florida, huh? That ain't nothing, bro. 45 minutes, that's like a fucking... Well, that's dope. Their faces when you catch them off guard is it's such a good feeling, dude. I think that's a big part of being profitable trading. You can give back to the people that were with you and, stayed with you during the struggle. Because what you guys will find is, let's say you have 20 people in your family, only 2 or 3 will actually believe in you and actually support you and be there for you. Like, make sure when you get profitable, you fucking show those people love, whether with money, trips, whatever it be, because those are your people. And the ones that didn't, I don't know, I personally, I don't really fuck with them very much anymore. Show their true colors. Okay, and then if we're looking here, we have this balance area right here, right? You have how many candles in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 candles in a row. I guess you could count that one. So 1, 2, 3, 12, 10, 12. So then what do we do here, guys? Where do we just tap into and reject from? Right there. To the tick. Beautifully. So on the hourly chart, it just looks bearish as fuck to me. So now I'll go to the 10-minute chart and essentially do the same thing. Where are the strong lows at? Where the strong highs are at? Is this a strong high here? Did this lead to a new lower low? No. That low is still intact. So I guess you could say that this is a strong low because it did take out that. I guess it depends on how you look at it. I guess you could look at it both ways there. Now I would turn on the sessions so I can see what happened during each session. See where we're at in relative to New York session. So we popped above New York session here. On the 10-minute, this is a strong high here. This high led to a lower low. So on this time frame, it's bullish. All right, we have a break. So something I would probably be looking for going forward is a failure swing. But I got to keep in mind we're still bearish on the hourly chart. So I'm going to keep that in mind, of course. But my time frame of trading, I'm not trying to hold for hours. So I just like to be aware of it, so I'm not caught off sides when it does have a big move up. Okay, and then we have this here, this high, and then this high is probably where I'd be looking for a bounce to see if it's going to continue up to half back of that hourly doji, which shows up as a top. Any questions so far, guys? I know I was talking really fast there. I just want to get through it. All right, so now, same thing. But I'm going to the 3-minute. Now we can get a little bit nitty gritty with it. Like, what is happening right now in this moment? Is it bullish or bearish based off of market structure? What do we have here? A low. So we had a high, a low, high, lower low. Did this high lead to a new, or did this low lead to a new high? No. So it's a weak low being broken, which is pretty standard. So I guess you could call like a weak low like internal range liquidity if you wanted to. It's essentially the same thing, except for they don't look at it like we do. They look at it like any high and low inside of a previous higher high and higher low, or lower low and higher high. Inside of there is internal range liquidity. We go a little bit deeper into like the actual structure of it, which I guess he probably does it with intermediate term lows and highs, but I don't. That's not fractal, so it doesn't really work very well. So at this moment, it's a little bit tricky because we got different time frames, but I would say right now moment right here, probably bearish. Without looking at ES, I would say that's what I'd say. Now I pull up ES, and I'm not going to do all the same shit. I'm just going to be like looking to see like where we're at. Was there a cracking correlation on this move up here? Things like that would, you know, give me the, I'm looking for clues, I guess you could say now. So I'm done with the market structure now. I just want to look for clues that can fill in the rest of the information that I'm missing, which is in this moment, are we bullish or bearish? Is there short opportunities, or should I be looking for bearish opportunities? And then where is price going? I don't like trading with, like, I can't stand it. I don't know about you guys, but like I got so used to knowing where price is going. When I don't, it doesn't sit well with me anymore. So I don't see any cracks and correlations there. Nothing that I see. What about broad new formations? So we did have a SMC soup here, it looks like. No, never mind. Negative. Because it didn't double bottom, but you have a cracking correlation there for sure. So on this move down at the end of the day, ES took out the low. This low right here. NQ did not. So you have a cracking correlation there, which is a reversal signal. Are you in here, Norwood? Where's that motherfucker at? I wanted to ask him. Remember, guys, like, ask questions, y'all. Like, don't be shy, guys. No one's gonna judge you. And then fuck what anyone thinks anyways. It's your dream. It's your fucking shit. Who cares? Like I said in that post, there was like a direct correlation between the traders that participated and showed up regularly. Their growth is, it's not even measurable how much faster they learn. Because they're participants, so naturally if you're participating, you're going to suck in that information more. It's going to be an experience and not a, like a movie, right? Like if you're not participating, you're just viewing. But it's up to you guys. I'm just letting you know, like, that's what I see. Which is better for me if you don't participate, right? Because I don't have to answer questions, but I'm not here to do that. I'm here to teach, so. Okay, so what clue that gave you that ES took out the low, but NQ did not? Okay, so if we just look right here. So this is ES on the right here. So we put this low here, which I can see that that's the pre-market there. So ES took out the pre-market low here. So they both did it, but this one's at a different time, right? So that was 4 p.m. and then 4 p.m. NQ did not. That's what I'm talking about. So it's probably a fire in a day drip then. which is on a tear, guys. It has not had a loss. 2.5 weeks now, something like that. It's getting crazy, which is kind of like when I first came up with the. Oh, no, it didn't trigger. I guess it triggered in long, so it's a win. Yeah. So it hasn't had a loss in weeks, which is kind of like when I first discovered it. We had the same situation. So be careful, guys. As time goes on and there's no losses, you're going to get more cocky with it. You're going to start sizing up. Don't do that. Because when it turns, when the statistics will play out, they always do, and the win rate centers back in, you're going to go through a set of losses and it's going to be devastating for you. I don't know if you guys remember when we went through that. It was like, it was fucked. Because we got way over cocky with it. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. I'm not sure if, let's see. Yeah, it triggered. It's just kind of weird. Yes, and I don't know. I don't know if I would have took that. I probably would have. In the moment, it's hard to say right now because we're not in the moment. The end of day drift strategy for the last 2.5 weeks. I think maybe a week ago, I went back and checked, and there was like one loss, in 14 trading days. So that's probably almost a monthly. Yeah, yesterday it's just hit every day, but statistics always usually play out. So okay, back to where we're at. Okay, so on this time frame, did this high, after this high put in, did a lower low happen? Yeah, took us out. So as it's coming up here, I'm going to be looking to short this. Is that the failure swing level? Check. I'm just going to wait for one. I don't want to fade. I don't want to enter in on one time framing unless it like taps. If it taps into the right there, I will. But other than that, I'm going to wait for the one time framing in. I don't know. That's a lot of extra points. Yeah, I'm just going to pull the trigger now. I'll put in one now and then one higher if it goes up higher. I don't want to wait and then have to put on an extra 10 points of risk. What should we expect when there's a cracking correlation? A reversal. Yeah. Sometimes so the higher the time frame cracking correlation, like how the older the low that has the cracking correlation. So if you have like a low here and then it takes like 3 hours and then you get the cracking correlation, you're gonna get a bigger reaction. But if it's like 2 minutes, you'll get a little baby reaction. If it's a minute since that, then that previous low that it takes out, that kind of determines how big of the reaction it is. So my rule is like I don't really like try to mess with them unless it's over 10 minutes. I'll note them, but I don't really like look for a trade per se. So it tapped into my level perfectly there. So I added on my second contract. And that way I reduce my risk and not, because if I would have pulled the trigger there, it's not a whole bunch, it's like 7 points, but it's not preferable. So now I'm going to measure this little consolidation that it retraced into here. Because like this consolidation right here, this little area, guys, like you had buyers bought, sellers sold, buyers bought, and then you had all these candles in a row. So it totally makes sense why it came back to here, right? That's your balance area before that moved down. So I want to measure the half back and put my stop on just above the half back area, just in case, because it could like try to go up into there. So something Trader Tom, like that dude, man, some of the shit he said was like, it is just, I don't know. He's got a really like, I like it. It's got an interesting view on scaling out. So his opinion is that you're pretty much a pussy if you scale out. He says you should be adding in to trades, not scaling out of winners, which is kind of like, bro, I'm so logical, man. I can't argue when people are logical like that, even though I don't like it. I still can't disagree with it. I'm just so logical the way I think. Like, if it's a good argument, I'm like, fuck, maybe he's right. So now I'm gonna start testing it out. Like, that's just like, if there's a logical idea that is against my belief, I don't like just discount it. I'll test it, regardless of what anyone else says. Like, 100 people could say no, he doesn't know what he's talking about, but if it's logical, I'm still gonna check it out. I think that's the way you should be. I got rocked today. Hey, good, Tyler. That's good, man. That's the way it should be, bro. Girls have a really big fear about that because once you get money, it changes everything, man. And a lot of dudes do that. They just leave their girl that stuck with them through the searching for change in the fucking couch to put gas in the car to go to work shit. I just can't imagine that, dude. For a girl that obviously doesn't even like him, she's with him for the money. Seems really odd to me. But I guess they have their reasons. I guess you would change a lot though too over, it's a lot of change that happens in that amount of time. Money makes you change. I don't care what he says. It changes you. Like, even my wife right now, because she grew up really, really poor, she would had the most negative outlook on rich people. But now that we have money, her whole it's kind of funny to watch. So her whole outlook on poor people now is kind of like my she'll see someone in the grocery store with their EBT card, their food stamp card, buying $50 steaks, and she starts talking shit. It just kind of cracks me up because a year ago she would have told me to shut the fuck up. You don't know what they're going through. Poor people have struggles too, blah blah blah. But now it's interesting to see. Money doesn't change you, it amplifies who you really are. I give more than ever. Do you? Nice. I'm actually gonna buy some evaluations for Bullnox. Maybe start handing them out. Wait for the email. Yeah, I've been checking them out, man. Go through the rules, dude. I'm still waiting to talk to the owner because I talked to the owner last summer. Him and the owners, we had a Zoom meeting together, and then they added me to their Slack, and then I lost because I never used Slack before. Then I lost the how to log in. I kind of spaced it off, but I want to talk to the owners, man, because there's but read the fine print. There's some go through, dude. That's why I haven't posted about it or anything. But I've been kind of testing them out. They're just like Apex, but a little bit different. Yeah, I don't know, man. If you go through the fine print, bro, you'll see what I'm saying. There's some iffy shit in there. But I would like clarification from the owner. Maybe interview him or something would be cool. I really liked him when I talked to him. So it's 3 dudes. One of them helped, he's the co-founder of Apex. Kind of like the unknown co-founder. He developed all the tech for Apex, the back end. Pretty much everything that Apex does, he created. He left when he said they denied 4,500 payouts. They had a meeting about it. and decided to deny 4,500 payouts. Had a meeting about it, like we were going to deny 4,500 payouts. And then that's when he left because he felt like it was like criminal, which it was criminal. All right, so we're like respecting this trend line here. And the trade's kind of changed a little bit, right? Like I'm not going to cut it yet, but right now in my mind, guys, I'm like, is this, would I still take this short? Would I? I don't know. It's starting to like, now I'm at, I don't know. When I'm at like, no, I'm cutting it. I'm not going to allow it to go all the way up my stop. That's just silly. If I feel like it's going to go there anyways, like why would I sit here and stay in it? So I'm going to see if this is a possible failure swing. It's not, so I'm going to cut it. There was nothing wrong with that trade. Like it just didn't work. So now if it rejects this area, I'll probably wait for maybe a trend line break. We'll see what it does here. All right, let me catch up here. Less rules than Apex. I'm using a 5. Nice. Right here, sir. Right here is the best way to do it. Oh, no, it's never number based, man. Never. Ever. It's always balance based or something. I am going to start changing it, though. That Trader Tom, dude, he had a lot of good, like, arguments. So I'm going to start kind of tweaking it and trying it out. All right, so we broke the trend line there. Maybe I should have. But the fact is, you don't know how far it's going to go there. You know, the difference between where I cut it and there is about $200. So, you know, instead of a $300 stop out, it would have been $500. And that probably would have had a negative effect on my, like, how I feel, right? Like big losses, just, I do not take them well. I can handle a million little losses in a row, just not big ones. So I don't regret, you know, getting out there at all. I don't think it was the wrong thing to do. But that's something you got to base on your own personality. Like some people, it doesn't bother. Big losses might not bother you, which I wish I was like that because it'd probably make me a better trader. Did it go to 90? I've been seeing that a lot, man. So now I definitely want to get in short ASAP here. I want to watch and make sure ES takes out this low though. Sometimes what you'll have here is where it just kind of like doesn't go into this area down here. And it kind of like weeble wobbles while ES just kind of like stalls out. So now let's say I want to enter here. I have to risk to here. And I never want to be like, I want to try my hardest, right? To not take losses over $250. I made a post on Twitter about this. So if you have a 50-50 strategy, you know, 50% win rate, every 30-second trade, your chances of taking a 5 losses in a row is 100%. Like not 100%, but it's statistically likely to happen. You know, and then you're like, I can't remember what, like the math on it. I think it was like 32 divided by 2. Let me ask the AI. Yeah, so 1 in 32, 5 losses in a row. Hey man, break down the math on losses in a row are likely to happen based on trades. Start with like 2, then work it all the way up until 8. All right, so this is the math, guys. Like, this is risk of ruin. This is what risk of ruin is, too. So, chance it happens. 2 losses with a 50-50 win rate. There's a 25% chance it happens every 4 trades, right? So, if you're risking too much, every 4 trades are going to blow up. You know, if you're risking, 50% of your account, that's like crazy, but I've seen people do it. 3 losses every 8 trades. So that's $666, 66666. If you had that much, you would blow that was your average loss, you would blow up. And then 4%, we're getting a little bit lower odds, right? Every 16 trades. But it's still, out of 16 trades, it's likely to happen. 4 losses. So then divide that again. Let's go 2,000 divided by 4. That's 500. So if you're taking $500 stop outs on your 16 trade, you could blow up. Now 32. So then the likelihood of like 6, that's under 1%. It's probably not going to happen, but it still could. But let's divide 2,000 by 5 equals 400. So if you're taking losses of 400 or more, you're probably going to blow up eventually. Like, the odds will play out. The statistics always play out, guys. So if you're risking too much per trade, like I used to have a student, he's like, I just go max in, man. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I just go full contracts. I'm like, what? Like, I was like shocked. I was like, what do you mean? I don't think he's the only one out there doing this kind of shit. I think he's just the first one to probably admit it to me. So guys, like, you can't, small losses have to be a part of your trading and prop trading until once you get over the buffer, then you can do what you want. But while you have the trailing drawdown tightens this up even more. But then something cool happens here. So if you change the win rate, you tweak it, watch. Please change the win rate to 70%. See, the number of trades changes. So 2 losses, now it's 11 compared to 4. So just that 20% bump in your win rate drastically changes the chances of these multiple losses occurring. I'm not sure why that is, but definitely interesting. Now taking 4 losses every 123 trades, you should expect it to happen. Huge difference. Which probably means, like, for me personally, I need to be more selective. And be way more selective. Really eye-opening to me. Just a 20% difference. Let's see what, can you try 55 and 60% and compare them to each other? See how much that 5% makes a difference in terms of average frequency. No, bro. I didn't ask him to code some shit. It's always coding some shit and making things. Can you make it like you were before? Just make a table showing the chances with a 55% win rate and then a separate table for 60. Yeah, so 55%, it's a little bit better. Not much. But I think 60 will probably be a pretty decent jump. Yeah, so 60s every 6 and 16 and 39 and 98. So I would look at, like, when you pass an evaluation, how many trades do you take on average to pass it? And then, that could be a judgment of how much you could risk. But you guys see what I'm saying here? Makes a big fucking difference. A full port on demo and bullnox. Do you really? Yeah, no judgment there. I'd say pass them do what you gotta do. Yeah, I've never activated. I've passed a few 250Ks. I never passed them. I bought a 250K account and 150K account. That shit is so stupid, dude. Like the profit target's 9,000, the drawdown's 4,500. Like you're just set, especially with the trailing drawdown in the pro account and take profit trader, you're just setting yourself up to get just straight railed, bro. Like it's just, I don't understand why people can't look at the two differences between the accounts and be like, okay, well, I have to make 4 times as much in a 250K account and I get not near as much drawdown for that profit I have to make. Like I don't know, man. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's coming into failure swing area too. But right now we are everything, like I don't think this is support here is what I'm trying to get at, unless there's something on like a lower time frame I'm not seeing. Yeah, there's nothing there. It tapped into nothingness. Unless it was this high. Let me check. Yeah, no. So I'm going to add into this. Let me make sure it violated this area first. Yes, sir. So I like this distance from my entry here. Because when I enter in here, it still gives me some room here. And then it should allow, like, if I want to give it to there, it should allow for that to be able to happen. And then we were at like 1, 2, third candle up. If it's going to reverse, it's about to do it. Damn, nice, man. You're on a tear, Corbin. I've learned ticks first time is so much better. What do you mean? Yeah, I've tried that before. No, I didn't. Damn, see, that's very good, man. So there's like a perception out there, especially in the demo trading world, that like you should have an 80% win rate. Like that is such bullshit. Like the win rate's not that important. What's important is this. Like obviously it's still important. It needs to be over 50%, but even at 40%, you can still be profitable. But the only thing you cannot be profitable and have is a shitty average win versus loss ratio. If you have a shitty one of that, doesn't matter what your win rate is. You know, even people talk about, oh, 1-to-1's okay. No, it's not. For who? After commissions, after mistakes, after the spread, the market orders, all that, like all that adds up. Your fucking electricity bill for your computer, like all this shit needs to be added in to make it like a profitable business. You can't do that on like, I think it needs to be over 1.5 in my opinion, unless you're like hitting a 90 hit rate, but it seems like a lot of trading. Yeah, you're killing it, bro. Good job, man. Proud of you, man. Cause like, if you guys don't remember, Corbin, like, what would you say, like 3 months ago, you were really like going through it? It's always a great thing to see, like when they're going through it and then they overcome it and like push through it. Because I know for me personally, I would have gave 10 times as much time, 10 times as much money, 10 times of everything. I would have gave more and more and more to make it happen. So it's good to see people like stick it through, because there's a point where you reach a point when you're so like down on yourself and frustrated where you're like, is this for me or not? Do I have what it takes? Maybe it's not for me. Maybe I have to face the reality that it's not. Like you go through these emotions, right? And I don't think it's not for anybody. I think it's for everybody. You just have to be willing to do what it takes. 3 months ago, I was stuck in a stupid loan and was stressed out a lot about money and got out of the loan, fixed my panic and stopped the rush. There you go. Yeah, I remember. There we go. That's you currently. Yeah, don't give up, man. I promise you it's worth it. It's so worth it, dude. Just think about like every day that you go to your job. Every day you have to drive there and make someone else rich. Every day. And you got to go in when they tell you to. You got to work overtime when they want you to. Like, ugh, I hated that, man. And they never managed this shit right. You could get the work done before and not have to work any overtime, but everyone wants overtime, but you're like, no, I don't want overtime, man. And they're like, no, you have to do it anyways. I'm like, but I'm not needed. Nope, you still got to come in. That shit, fuck that, dude. God, working a job sucks, bro. Yeah, no shit. Oh, damn, you be stripping, Loopton? Get it, boy. Get that money. All right, so you see how the trend has kind of changed here? Like it was down and now it's consolidating. This is like, eh. This is starting to curl up. But I'm going to hold strong here. And, you know, I'm going to draw my line in my sand. Hold it. I just didn't like how dude called me a pussy pretty much in that whole video, dude. He just said it over and over again. He said, what does everyone else do? They move their stop to break even or trail it behind them. And he like made a clear point. Like that's what everyone else does. So why would I do that? I add in when they're scaling out. He's like, if you're scaling out of winners, then you're being fearful when you should be hopeful, right? And then you're hopeful when you should be fearful. So you ever notice when you're in a losing trade and it's going against you, you're hopeful it works out. And when you're in a winning trade, you're fearful it's going to retrace. But he's right. If you flip those, you're in a winning trade. So that's really when you should be hopeful and you're not fearful, right? Because you're in a winning trade. And then the other way, when it's going against you, you shouldn't be hopeful that it turns around. You should be fearful, right, of the loss that's about to get you. Some pretty powerful shit. Did you have that flip? Yeah. What's that, web service job? Yeah, I just think like another thing, guys, there's so much money to be made online. Like you have access to everybody in the world. Like you can come up with an idea to open a Shopify store. There's so many side gigs, affiliate marketing. Like there's so much money to be made on the internet because you literally have access to the whole world. Like if you think about a business from a business standpoint, like back in the day, you had your people in your town that you had access to that drove by, right? So their potential to make money was very limited. Now we have access to the whole entire world pretty much. So the access to making money is pretty much unlimited. I try to tell people this all the time, man. People in my family, just everywhere, and they don't ever listen. It's so frustrating. Okay, so now I'm like, I want to cut it, but something else. I was listening to Al Brooks, and he said you're 8 trades away from changing. He says out of all the people he's coached, all the people he's helped, he noticed 8 trades. Like if he watches them to make them change, which is really smart. He said he would sit down and make them trade in front of him and then take 8 trades